All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Everyday Upland. Well, Porto City was released. How'd it go for y'all? It went all right for me. I didn't get anything outrageous. I didn't get any museums. I really wanted a museum, but my guy was not anywhere close to getting a museum. He was just in random places. Um, And I have to say something about the sending of your block explorer to different properties. Well, to be honest, I honestly thought that a lot of the properties would have gone a lot faster. I was actually able to send my block explorer a few different neighborhoods and was able to mint multiple properties. I think maybe most of the focus was in those four southern neighborhoods where a lot of people really focus on buying and minting as much as they could there. So if you had the opportunity to send elsewhere, I hope you did. To be honest, I have to take that back. I thought that wouldn't have worked because of the limited amount of properties there were, but I believe people weren't minting as much as I thought they would have. I saw that like on Twitter, a lot of people were like at 5, 7, 14. I think 14 was probably the highest I saw, and it wasn't a lot of people. It was about 8 or 9 people I saw who was talking about how they did in Porto, and some minted 5, 6, 7, sold all of them. And so like they sold all of them with the intention of, just in case, this is another topic I want to talk about before I really get back onto how I did. I want to switch it over to, a lot of people, or not a lot of people, I saw a comment where someone was saying that they sold all their properties because cities are being released like rapid fire. My question is, since Lisbon is available to go to because you're able to take the a flight to Lisbon and then train to Porto, will Lisbon be opened up in the next 2 weeks, in the next 3 weeks, or in the next month? I hope not. Like, I hope Upland kind of chill for a little bit. Um, Let some people start buying and selling, let more action get into the game. Because there's probably, if I'm correct, I checked upexland.me, and there's one non-FSA property left. That's about 7,000. Is it 7,000? Sorry, 700,000 plus it is for that property. For you to mint it. So as far as I see, that's the only one that's left. Um, there's still over 7,000 FSA properties available. So all you new players can get in, pick up a few. The lowest I saw was 1,900. So under 2,000 UPEX is not bad. You could buy, I guess you're limited to the amount you could buy per day. I don't know. I really want to know if any of you guys can help that are in that category of the FSAs where you're allowed to buy FSAs. What's the cooldown period between what's the cooldown period for you to purchase FSA properties? How many are you allowed to purchase one shot? I don't exactly know what it is. Just leave a comment down below because I don't really focus on FSA, but because of the amount of FSA that is still available, I know the changes that Upland have done recently has really affect the amount of FSAs that are able to be purchased at one time. Because maybe there wasn't a lot of new players or those players that are like uplanders or visitors, maybe there wasn't a lot because the price just to get the portal is probably the amount that you start the game off with. So if you're not like at maybe like a pro level or anything like that, maybe the get into to Porto is going to be quite expensive and will take up a lot of the upix. I think that could be the reason why there's more than it's like 7,200 and like 76 or whatever um FSAs that are still available, right? So we'll see what happens. This is one of the reasons why I hope Upland kind of slows it down a little bit and don't open another city right now. Let the buying and selling continues. They're going to be bringing out the collections next week, and that after that, I think things will possibly just slow down for a bit. Right now, is probably everyone's trying to accumulate whatever they can, and yeah. But I really want to see. So please, guys, if you have any idea of how much you're allowed to purchase at a time and what the cooldown period is before you can continue buying more FSAs, please just leave me a comment because I'm not really sure about that. I don't really focus that much on the FSAs. But back to how I did. How did you guys do? Please leave a comment down below. Let me know how many properties you bought. What did you think of the portal open? It went very well. I don't think that where I was, anyways, properties were being minted as quickly as I thought it would. So I was able to get about 22 properties throughout Portal, right? So let me bring up the borders. So as you see here, I was able to get properties all right over here and here. I wish I had was able to get a few in this region here, probably not down here, this area here, but hopefully maybe in this region here, right? Like this portion. Because a lot of the times my block explorer was a lot in these areas up here, and I only got a limited amount of properties. I did buy a couple on the secondary market because I wasn't able to find um any more properties for under 10,000. Like the ones that were 6, 7,000 on the secondary market went up, was sold like that. Literally, the minute you refreshed, you hit this little button here and you refreshed it and you clicked on it, that was already sold. So a lot of the properties I clicked on were already bought up. So I was only able to buy two. So I really got 20. I was able to mint 20 in this city opening, and I felt really good about it. And to be honest, even though like I got this amount of properties, I'm like conflicted on if I should put them all up for sale or should I wait until the collections or should I wait to see which neighborhoods are going to turn out to be nodes. Um, so many things to consider when you're in a new city, what's going to be popular. I know definitely these neighborhoods down here are going to be the most expensive, the highly likely chances of being turned into nodes, and these are going to be the ones that everyone's going to want a piece of, right? So like right now, let me check to see what the floor is. I was looking at the floor earlier and it was where it is right now, 10,000, right? So I'm actually surprised that it's actually this low. I thought maybe 15 to 20,000 would have been somewhere around the floor in Porto, but I guess with the new rule changes, maybe I'm not 100%. Um, uh, Things aren't so high. Maybe because a lot of these new players weren't able to buy up all the FSAs and put them on the market for a higher price or 10,000 or 9,000 or whatever they felt was good for them. But the price is pretty low right now, and this is one of the reasons too that I think I'm not think, but I hope that Upland doesn't release another city because imagine if Lisbon, for example, is the next city open, which I believe it could be because why would they go somewhere else? say Lisbon is the next city, right? The floor is gonna drop. I would say maybe by 50% in Porto just to get into Lisbon. So this is where, like I said, I'm a little conflicted in a sense. And should I sell off a lot of my properties or continue holding? My strategy was already to hold until I at least hit my 1 year mark and then possibly start selling off some of the properties that I had from a long time ago and so on and so forth. But right now, with Portal and the floor being the slow, I did buy a lot of properties between the 6,000 and 9,000 range. Majority of my properties are. I do have some that are in the 11 to about, I think the highest I have was 28,000, right? So it it's hard to tell right now what's gonna happen. I'm just kind of waiting it out. I don't really want to wait too long, but I'll wait a couple of days, see if Upland drops anything else or give any news or look into the Discord to see if there's any talks of another city being released, which I hope doesn't happen. And I'm going to keep repeating that. I hope it doesn't happen because I don't want another city to be released right now. I kind of want us to just kind of chill, raise the floor a little bit so people who want to sell can actually make some money in this game right now. Um, so we can kind of look at some of the properties in the areas that I was able to get. I don't think I went for any of the talked about or possible. I didn't actually go for any of the talked about or the possible collection streets. I just bought whatever I was able to get my hands on. I felt at the time that the uh, the the properties would have gone pretty fast. So it went pretty fast because X1 the Gamer dropped a video today saying Upland had a new record where they were we were all minting at least I think it was 76 properties per second, and it was like 1,083 or 84 per minute, which is crazy. That's a lot of properties being minted at a time. There was some times, which I figured that was what was happening, like a lot of properties were being minted, where I kept on getting that circle. I had to close out of the app because I was doing it on my phone, close out of the app at least 3 or 4 times, come back in and try to mint. And there's times where I would buy a property, did that circle thing, circle, circle, circle. I thought I got it, but somehow somebody else got it before me. Like it was just kind of crazy. But all in all, I'm really satisfied with how things went for me personally in this game. Let me know in the comments how it went, how you feel about Portal so far, any ideas on what you're planning on doing with your properties if you're selling, if you're gonna try to maybe start a node, um, whatever. Just let me know because it's getting to a point now in the game where like I myself have accumulated quite a bit. Almost at 300 properties. I'm about 270 I think right now, which is all right. I haven't really sold much. I've sold a few in Rio, um, but not heavy selling. Majority of the properties that I have, I'm still holding until that 1 year period. At the time, I wanted to sell a few properties to get into Porto, but and also a key thing too is I purposely did not spend all of my UPIX in Porto. Okay, I did that just in case another city, the Upland decides to open another city. Sorry about that. I'll have some UPIX left over and I don't have to panic and sell a lot of my properties under mint or anything like that. I still have UPIX left over for if Upland has something else. And also, my yield has increased by about 3,000 UPIX, which is really good for me. And I'll be probably bringing in like 20K a week in UPIX just from all the properties that I have. So I'm in a good position right now that I could wait. I think it's what? I think maybe next week, a week from now, Upland will release the collection. So by that time, I should have, if I don't sell anything, I should have at least another 20,000 UPIX added to my total here, which is awesome. It puts me in a good position to look for deals and see if I can find things in other cities. People probably selling stuff under mint, and I know the floor 100% is gonna drop once the collections are released. So hopefully, it's not it hasn't dropped too much where some of the properties that I've bought will be under the floor would be under my mint price, right? And my mint price is pretty low because I was able to buy a lot of my properties, like I said, between the 6,000 to about 9,000. I got majority of mine. So if it stays at 10, I'll be happy. At least 10,400 is what I saw as the floor. Let me check again just to be sure. And that's pretty good. Oh, never mind. So here's one that's even cheaper. So 9,999. So this guy here, let's see where this is. Okay. I may consider this. I don't know, right? But I may consider, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't use all of my UPIX, just in case people are liquidating at what I think may be a good price. I think that one isn't really a good price. The price is low, but the UP2s is very tiny, so most likely the monthly earning is tiny on that. And I'm all about my yield as well. I got to get some good yield in the properties that I buy. So I don't know if that's something I'll be considering. I try to focus more on properties with a little bit more UP2s because that will at least, I think anyways, help me to sell properties at a higher price because the UP2s are higher. Yeah, so also I wanted to get so my guy was somewhere down here. I started right here. So I was able to mint, and then he eventually went up this way. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So he went this way, and then he cut this way, and I got this one. But I was hoping that by the time the city had opened, I wanted some properties around Dragon Stadium. Like if I was able to mint this property, for example, that would have been awesome. Because see, the thing is, these guys like so expensive. These properties here are all perfect for meta ventures. Every single one of these. Why I say that? You can go to the Porto Stadium, buy whatever NFTs you want to buy, and you don't really have to send again because you're so close to all of these properties here that you can just you let your guy float and hopefully he lands somewhere close to one of these meta ventures here, a meta venture here. I think all of these properties all around here. See, people already started building. This is amazing. And I hope all of these people are turning all these properties into meta ventures. You should surround the stadium with meta ventures. Okay, guys? Surround the stadium with meta ventures. That's one of the reasons why I wanted a property here. I should have thought of that because what I did was so after I got my 8 properties here, I went all the way out here because I knew out here was pretty cheap. So I went out here and I bought a whole bunch of different ones all over the place, whatever I could buy. And then I kind of just bounced around. And by the time I remembered about the stadium, everything around the stadium was sold out. I think this one by itself here, I bought off the secondary market. Let's see how much a UP2. I don't think the UP2 is that high on it, 22, which is not bad. I bought this off the secondary market, I think, or did I mint it? I'm not sure. I think I bought this one off the secondary market. So it was hard to get anything under 10,000 UPIX in the secondary market. Those were going really fast. And yet, I can say this throughout the time that I've been in this game, I don't think I've ever minted a named property. Those things go so fast, it's unbelievable. But all in all, let's check this one down here. It could be this one because I know I bought two. So maybe these are the two. Yeah, I think these are the two that I bought off the secondary market. Just the ones that you see by itself are the ones that I bought, but everything else I minted. This one I minted because majority of these properties in here were already by the time my guy got up here, I wasn't able to purchase anything here because other people were probably going this direction or whatever direction they were going. But yeah, I'm really happy with how well I did. I was going for between 20 to 30 properties. The ultimate goal was to get 30. I did really well. I got about 22, so I'm happy in that in my purchase. I'm not pissed off. I'm not angry. Even if Upland chooses to open another city, I still have UPIX to go. So I only spent 300,000 UPIX in Porto, right? Which is not bad. There's guys who come in this with like millions and they buy, who knows, I don't know how many you can buy with a million, but I was able to do pretty well in Porto. I'm happy with how everything went. Um, Nothing bad to say. It went well. And like I said, please, Upland, do not release another city. I'm not really sure if the players can handle another city because I was watching, I think it was Mark Ferguson's video, and I think he said, was it Manhattan or Brooklyn or Bronx? One of those cities, one of those neighborhoods in New York that was over 100K dropped dramatically just to get into Porto. This is going to keep happening, okay, guys? Like, I'm sure there's cities right now where people have properties up for sale for maybe 1 or 2 months now because people have forgotten about those cities and those properties aren't moving because sometimes I'm able to make deals. I'm able to offer them lower than what they're selling it for. And I believe some of these offers that I get that get accepted for me are because these people have had these properties sitting there on sale for months on end and nothing because they're in a forgotten city, right? They're in a city where not a lot of people are necessarily talking about or even visiting on a regular basis for them to continue to for people to be able to buy and sell quickly. We need to get those transactions up a little bit more buying and selling, or maybe it's just me because I'm not selling anything. I don't see too much action going on right now, but that's why I believe or hope that Upland would slow it down a little bit just to increase the transactions, increase the community pool because of all the fees and everything that we have to pay because of all the transactions and just kind of chill for a bit. Let us completely mint out Porto because there's still a lot of FSA properties available. And this is the one time I wish I was a new player in the game. At least someone with under 100,000 UPIX because well, before they changed the rules and limit how much you could buy, you could easily, as an FSA player, create a treasure map throughout Porto. Maybe not down here, because there probably isn't too many FSAs. Let's check. Or if there are FSAs, they're already sold out. See, people are already building. So, there's a high likely chance that this area here is going to turn into a node. Like, it only makes sense, and only the people that are in it are part of the node because the prices are stupid. Okay, let's see what the price of this is. 250,000, maybe not so bad, I guess, because there's other places that's not here that is more than 200,000, like around the stadium, 100 Let me check. Let's see, because maybe I could get something down here. Let's see what's going on right now. So 39,000 UPIX is the floor here. Oh, but it's only 9 UP2s. Oh, boo. That's if you just want a property down here, right? You can buy that. Look at that. 31.03 earnings. I don't know about that. That's quite a bit. That's not really worth it. Okay. Stock market, church. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, this is nice. Wow, this is incredible. You know what? Maybe I may participate in an auction because to get this is awesome. I like that. I don't know how much it's gonna go for. Maybe I don't have the UPX for it, but let's see what this one is. Let's check it out here. I envy some of the people who have museums because I clicked on a few of them, and a lot of the street view is actually inside the museum, and I'm just like, man, I'm so jealous. Let me try and find one right now. Okay, let's see if I can get the street view of this one. Yeah, so here we go. Okay, not too much here. I don't know what that is, unless that's a jail cell or something. But let me try and find another one. I saw one that was pretty cool on the inside. I was just like, yo, this is nice. Uh, just bear with me. Here we go. Let's try this one here. Okay, here we go. Let's check this one. Look at 2.4, 2.5 mil. Okay, see, this is all right. This is not so bad, man. This is not so bad. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why I like museums because a lot of the times it's the inside of the museum you get on the street view. Let's see, just one more and then I'll just call it a night. If I can find another one. Okay, let's try this one here. Okay, so this is just the outside. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. I just wanted to see. Oh, comment. Hold on, hold on. That release was crazy. I loved it, man. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as fast as Rio was. I think the first release in Rio, which I didn't really participate in that one, but it went by like that, and a lot more properties were sold, even the FSA properties. But I think the rule change kind of came in between um, part A release of Rio and part B release of Rio. So I think that's a huge factor in why it wasn't even crazier than it was, but this was pretty good. Like I was comfortable. I didn't have to panic buy and just bought whatever. There's points where I was able to pick and choose what I wanted to buy. So yeah, Porto went very well. I believe it was more of the southern part of the city where down here where majority of the action was and everyone was buying quickly. I would say these four neighborhoods right here, and obviously the properties around the stadium went pretty quickly. So yeah. But all in all, it did well. Let me know how well you guys did, how many properties you guys bought. Um, what do you think of the prices and stuff like that? Okay, so hopefully Lisbon is next. I was able to mint seven and one with 4K plus earnings. Ah, that is beautiful. That's good, man. Increase your yield so you can get to a point in the game where you can just sit back, let your earnings build up, you collect them, and when another city's released, you may not have to put as much into the game. You can kind of just take it easy and just go with the pace. Yeah, that's what I saw. Like the amount that you minted is what I saw a lot of individuals on Twitter had mentioned that they had minted was seven. So that is pretty good. So it was crazy wherever you started out. So it must have been hard to mint because you only minted seven. I was fortunate enough that my oh, I didn't put it up here. My in-game name. It should be here somewhere. Or maybe it's covered by this thing here. Let me see. Oops. Oh yeah, it's covered. Why is it covered? It shouldn't be, but oh, that's why. Here we go. It should be here. I don't know why it's not there, but my in-game name is always on the side here so you can see it. But yeah. Yeah, so that's me in the game. I did all right. I'm not gonna complain. What's your in-game name so I can check you out and see what stuff you got? You got in the museums? I don't know if I want to ask anyone to sell me a museum because the people and the prices that they offer are stupid ridiculous to see how much UPX I have, and they literally want all the UPX I have for the museum. And that's not really going to work for me. But if any of you guys have a museum and you're willing to let it go for, you know, I'm going to say a fair price to me, then I'll consider buying it from you. Okay. Okay, hold on. Yeah, but yeah, that's all I really have for this episode. If there's anything that you would like to talk about or mention or something I may have forgotten, just let me know before I head out. But I'm just gonna keep this one. It's gone longer than the videos have done recently. I'm trying to keep them a little bit shorter because the watch time on a lot of my videos aren't so great, and there's a big dip after maybe the first 5 minutes or so. So I don't want to make my videos too long. But if there's anything that you would like to talk about, send it in the chat or just leave a comment, and we can talk about it. I'll give you a minute just in case you're a slow typer, so you can put in the comment. But if there's nothing else, guys, that will be it for me. If you guys like the episode, you like the podcast, please hit that like and subscribe button. Um, my English is the worst, but yeah, Porto was awesome for me, and I hope the next place is Lisbon. Stay here, even like Rio. Oh yeah. Well, I subscribe. Oh, okay. Thank you for the subscription, Freddie. Hopefully, you can subscribe to me as well. And I want to thank my subscribers. I got two new subscribers the last 2 days, so that's great. I'm trying to get my subscriber count up because I want to get to at least 1,000 eventually. But yeah, so that's good. How many properties, Freddie? How many? How many were you able to mint? I'll just give you some time, and then we'll see from there. Yeah, but all in all, I really enjoyed this opening. I was really pumped and excited for Porto, and I was not disappointed, not one bit. It was great. It was lovely. I can't say I have nothing negative to say. Yes, yes, I got your in-game name again already, so no worries. I'm gonna check you out, see what you got. I'm gonna see if you have any museums from any other open city releases or so. Let's see. And probably make an offer or something. I don't know. We'll see. Nothing, Freddie? Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me tonight. Thank you for watching another episode of Everyday Upland. Like I said before, if you guys like the content, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that. Give me a like, guys. Share. Leave a comment as always. I will respond within 24 hours. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.